How do you do? My name is Maria. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you my slideshow cooking presentation. Welcome. I will take you through the process step by step as much as possible. However, I have not included any real measurements of any kind whatsoever. That will be up to your discretion to decipher. Also, what you decide to add, leave out, or replace, depending on your taste, that will be up to you. And we'll give you a general overview of how it is done. From here, we begin the ad-libbing. Now, as you can see here, I prefer to use dark rice. And I'm also incorporating white and dark rice. They are equally in the same size, and the texture, and they absorb and they expand. So what I have done is pre-soaked the black rice separately from the white rice, due to the fact that it takes longer to penetrate through to the darker rice. It's a little bit tougher. And so the reason why it's not in water is because it would reflect it bleeds and into the water, and it forms a dark color. And then if I was to take a picture of it, what would happen is I would get a reflection of myself taking a picture. So I have went ahead and pre-soaked the rice, and now it has been drained. And shall we begin now? This is the type of rice. Expensive, however, you can find it at some stores, sell it in the Chinese market, Asian markets that specialize in rice, or bulk stores. You can find it. And this is the type of rice that I choose to use in making grape leaf rolls. Now we will take you through a step-by-step process. Green onions that I will cut up like so. And the rice does make a difference in if you want it to be juicy as opposed to dry when you make them. And now I have incorporated it into the white rice, which has been already drained. The types of oil are peanut oil, virgin oil, olive oil, sunflower oil. Now, I don't recommend that anyone should use olive oil for cooking. It is made mostly for salads and raw foods because it's heavy. I don't recommend it for cooking. Peanut oil is the most favored for me when cooking. However, if you have an allergy to it, you can always use vegetable oil or sunflower oil. As you noticed, I'm not using any measurements. And these grape leaves have been in the freezer. They can last up to 3 years, and then they start disintegrating. You can freeze dry them. And so what I have done is soak them so that I could separate them, and here they are. Yes, they were picked here in Ontario, Toronto. If you go to buy them, they come from California mostly, and they're very large, and what they preserve them in is, you got to be careful with that to make sure they're not preserved in anything that you will not be able to make these with, and I find that they're tougher and larger. And here's the dill. What you want to do is separate the stalk and just remove the leaves, and as much as possible take the leafy parts, because that's what you want to use. The rest you can use for something else, like make something in a juicer. It's very strong in taste, and a little goes a long way. It's also used in tzatziki. Grape leaf rolls, as you know, is an authentic classical Greek dish that the stuffing is with lamb. That's the classical, but you can incorporate whatever you wish. This is a vegetarian dish. And you cut it up real fine, as you notice. Yes, I'm using a Nella boning knife. I prefer that over to a chef knife. I have lots of knives. You have your Nellas, your Dicks, and your Victorinox. I know a little bit more than average about knives, as I have taken not a culinary course, but a retail meat cutting course. And, well, I prefer the boning knife. Any knife is good as long as it's sharp. Never use a dull knife with anything. And there it is. And I incorporated it into, and now we'll mix it in with the rest of the white rice that has now absorbed the water and expanded, and will be softer and juicier when cooking. And here it is again. And this is parsley. Now, this is my favorite type of parsley. Parsley is good for cleansing, especially of the liver. It helps the liver. Yes, the liver helps to clean. But what you want to do is, again, remove the leaves. You don't want stalk. Well, I don't prefer stalk. And you want to cut it up nice and fine as possible. It's great in salads. So there you are. Nice, and you can smell it when you cut it. The aromas come out. And then you mix it. And now to the black rice, which I will now incorporate and blend in. See, you can see the type of rice. This, I hope I took a closer picture so you could see the type of black rice, because there's many types. There's variations of black rice. And this happens to be one of my faves, because it's as close to the white rice that you can get in size and dimension as far as the white. So I want to be as close to it as possible so that the blending. Now we're blending the white rice on top of the black so that all the juices from previous can go in. So the oil and there it is. Almost like a yin-yang effect. Yes, I would like to also mention there's the red onion and the lemon that I like to incorporate as much into my diet of a rainbow-colored food variety and with cooking. So that's the red part, that's the onion. And the size of the grater that I chose to make it. Again, the onions in the grater. And that will add a little bit more juice as well to the mix. Get the red in. And there it is with the flash, so you can get a better look. And now I will be mixing the onion in with the rest of the rice. The stuffing is very important. Now the lemon is up to you. You can use one lemon, you can use a lemon and a half, you can use lemon juice concentrate, concentrated lemon juice. And this is a little bit on the primitive level I chose to do because it's easier to take a picture of. So there it is. You can incorporate the lemon, another one, cut it up in slivers, and then when you're actually putting the grape leaf rolls in layers in the pot, you can put in between layers the lemon wedges, and that makes it even more tastier if you choose to do so. And then at the end, the final product, you can also add lemons. Again, with the rainbow, I love to incorporate as much of the colors as possible into my food. This is pepper, and as you can see, many colors of it, and I put it into my grinder, and I grind up the pepper. More of a freshness to it, as opposed to already pre-ground powder. And it's rainbow colored. This is lemon salt, so you can see the coarseness of the salt. I choose not to use regular salt. This also has a blend of a little bit of peppers, and I love to use this on my steaks. So it's lemony, and it gives it that extra and salty. The salt crystals. It's just beautiful, very tasty. Some people prefer celery salt. I prefer this. You can get this at a regular bulk store. It's just very tasty in your food. Or you can use salt. Any form, the salt comes in many varieties, as you choose. And as much as you want. Now the Vegemite, for those who are allergic to yeast, I recommend you don't use it or have on a Candida diet or any type of form that you don't like it. It's very strong in taste, and again it adds that saltiness. Cinnamon, a little bit of the sun, is known to be a spice of Apollo, and it gives it a little bit more a fiery kick to it. And there it is again, I'm mixing it, and I think ready to roll. Yes, grape leaves are ready. Make sure you always use the inside of the leaf. And there it is. So that's what I've layered them all out, so they're ready to go. And they've come back to life. A little bit of water can do. Trigger pressure. Cell walls. There you have it. And they're baby grape leaves. Makes it even tastier, because the larger the leaves, the tougher they are, and they're not as good in taste. Don't want it to be tough. I want it to be tender and juicy. The secret is also slow cooking, whether you bake it or boil it. There it is. Now the amount, it varies, so you just want to be able to fit it in there so you can tightly roll it up, and then it will expand while it's cooking, so you want to be a little bit liberal on how much stuffing you put in there. And here we go, one side, then the other side, and it looks almost like a bat. So cute. And we roll it, the head in, and keep rolling it. Normally, it's easier to manipulate when in the palm of your hand, easier to work with. I've put it on the cutting board so that you can see it better as I do it. As I only have two hands. And there's the leaves. There's the rice. And we will make another go of it. And you just keep doing it until you run out of leaves. It's a judgment call, really. And also with, you can't really exactly taste as you go along because it's raw, the stuffing. So it's, again, a judgment call. And there it is in the palm of my hand. What I mostly do is use my other hand. It makes it easier to have it on one palm of the hand and then use the other to do the folding so that you can firmly, tightly roll it up. Okay, so there it is, and off to the pot it goes. That's two of many that I will be making. And there it is in the pot. I decided to put vegetable oil in the pot. It's very important you put that in there so that it doesn't, the bottom doesn't burn when you're cooking it. And there's the pot. And there's two already. If all goes well, and I so wish to get inspired again. This is one of my very first segments on a cooking procedure. I will do lime fricassee. Don't know when. However, if I should get the urge or become inspired again, I will do another segment. So I have many ideas and lots of recipes. And that's the rice there I'm showing. See how similar the white with the dark rice is? You want to get it as close as possible in compatibility so that they blend and harmonize well together. Again, put the stuffing in. You can use a teaspoon, you can use your hands. All right. Make sure they're clean, always, everything. And there it is. It's a little slow moving. It's 10 seconds a slide. Okay, I didn't want to miss out on saying anything. So, fold one side, fold the other side. Looks like a plane, and then looks like a bat. And then you roll the head in, roll it, roll it, roll it. Voila. And there it is. It's getting there slowly. Voila. And another. The rice. You want to keep stirring it and mixing it because the juices end up on the bottom. In Greek, they call grape leaf rolls are called dolmades, or as I know it, sarmadakya. Now, again, where it actually originated, whether it's Greek or not, the synthetic imagination of it all and the idea, it's considered a Greek classical authentic dish. As far as I grew up on this, not like this is my interpretation of it. Like I said, traditionally in Greece, they were all known to be lamb eaters. In today's Greece, mostly wild pork. It's become an Australian thing now, lamb. I guess all those Greeks are now in Australia, so it's all gone over there. It's no longer considered a Greek thing, lamb. It's now more so pork. There it is. And yeah. Rarely do they eat lamb over there, only on special occasions. And it's a seasonal thing. And you ask them for lamb and they give you the goat from the back. It's like, what? Yeah. We're doing so well. Hygiene is very important. You don't want to cross-contaminate, especially when it comes to meat as well. Although, there's another thing that some people like to blend, beef and lamb, which is also very tasty. I think that is more Australian idea and way of thinking than anything. Well, one comes from where it comes from. The original ideas, we really don't really know. I think it might have been Mediterranean somewhere. However, here it is, and it's been redone the Maria way. And by all means, get creative, and you can even make curry spiced grape leaf rolls if you like. I don't know. I've never tried. It's creative. I don't know how that would go. Taste is very important. All I know is a lemon is very good with it. Refreshing. Lemony. So where things come from, the ideas, whether it be Turkish, Mediterranean, it's a global thing. Let's enjoy. It's not an original idea. That's all I'm trying to get at. And there it is. And like I said, if you want to, you can use more lemons. Like take one, slice it up in slivers, and add it to each layer on top. And then add another layer and then grape leaf rolls in the pot, and then put in it. It'd be tasty as well. See, that's the juices, and almost done there. See how the dark rice is still bleeding onto everything. And there it is. Oh. So there's lots of spices to choose from. It all depends on what you choose to have the stuffing, whether you want it with lamb, beef. I don't know so much about pork. Or vegetarian. Better on the stomach, lighter. And there we go. You want to put a plate on there so that it could weigh everything down. I used a bowl because that's the way I kind of piled everything up in that kind of way so that it could fit properly. And I also put another plate on top of it afterwards. You don't want the grape leaves rolls to rise up. You want it to stay down. And I'm choosing the boiling method as opposed to the oven method. Yeah, put another plate. I love this place. And there it is, the lid. We want to bring it to a boil and then lower the heat. Slow cooking, very important. Take your time. Bring it to a simmer. You don't want to burn it. And you want it juicy. You don't want to dry it out. Well, the remainder of the leaves, whatever stragglers were left, I added them to the ends, the perimeters, diameter of the pot. And then I threw them out. And voila, final product. Yummy. You see the difference? Now they're cooked. And believe it or not, I didn't have to add anything to it afterwards. No salt, nothing. It came out just perfect. A little love and care. And there it is. Beautiful creation. And you want to just leave it sitting there for a while so that it can absorb its juices. And then you'll find it'll start to darken even a little bit after a while. I know it's nicely done. And after, you can get some tzatziki if you want. What is tzatziki? It's a thick type of yogurt. I have many plates. I don't know, just happen to use my regular everyday plate. And they use cucumber and dill and lemon and garlic. Now, I recommend to stay away from I prefer seedless cucumbers and the green outer part of the cucumber because mainly you don't want the tzatziki to be runny, and that is very important. It's like with any types of even tomatoes and that you use, let's say, on a pizza. Gluten-free, preferably. Yeah, so that's the final product. And I could have used the knife and fork. Mind you, it's a little bit of a hedonistic approach to showing you. That would require 2 hands now. Oh, it was so tasty, and I still have more, and if you want, you can still freeze them. Put them in the freezer and bring them out, as many as you want to eat, and reheat them. And if something is really well cooked and done perfect or to your liking, you can even eat them cold if they're done right. Just pop them in your mouth. If something is cooked well to taste and juiciness and tenderness. So the steam is still, so I put it in a container and almost ready to go in the fridge. Now, whatever I have set up to now was just a matter of preference. Everybody has their own preference of what they like. And It's the very first time you will hear my voice on a recording. So I'm hoping that I'll get better as I go along. And that's it, I think. I hope you've enjoyed this segment, and I will see you again. Bye.